the creme de la creme of right-handed pitching in baseball today.
He is one of the best to ever do it.
Back in 2010, I had the great privilege of interviewing you back in the day.
Sure.
We were in Lakeland, Florida.
Yep.
And it was your first season with Detroit.
That's right.
And here's one of the questions I asked you. You know, you and Justin Verlander are very similar pitchers. How important is it for you and in your development to have a guy like that in your rotation?
It would be nice to watch. I know being able to watch pitchers, like the Dan Herons, Brandon Webbs, Randy Johnsons, that you can learn a lot just by watching them pitch 30 times a year. And so hopefully that's the same by watching Justin pitch 30 times a year.
We haven't aged a bit.
No.
We haven't aged a bit. So
I know, I just got a beard now. I feel like I look better with the beard, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fast forward to this point of your career, you're the guy now. Like, you're the guy all these young pitchers go to, observe. I mean, is that a blessing, a burden? Is that something kind of cool? Do you embrace that kind of a role?
All of the above. It's the reality of being pitching now. My 18th season, and all the experience I have. So there's so many nuances in the game, and how the game has changed since 2010.
Yeah.
That the conversations have evolved, but at the end of the day, it's still going out and how you compete.
What is the most asked question of Max Scherzer? What are guys wanting to know from you? Like, forget grips and all that. But there's got to be questions where they come up to you and you go, okay, I've only been asked this like 10,000 times. Not that it's a bad thing, but it's got to be the most asked questions of you.
Yeah, guys are a little scared right now. They're still trying to figure me out. They're still trying to figure out because and it's good that we have Bassett here because he understands me because like they all think me as a pitcher. They all know me as a pitcher and how my intensity on the mound. They don't realize how much of a kind of a clown I am in the clubhouse and how much fun and how much I'm just a normal dude. So for me, it's actually weird that everybody treats me like this, and now I'm like, guys, I'm the same guy. Like, I'm just one of the guys that messes around. It's almost like they're getting used to that. That I'm actually a little bit more funny than you think.
I don't have to tell you how successful you are as a pitcher. When someone introduces you or refers to you as future Hall of Famer Max Scherzer, is that uncomfortable, cool, awkward? Is that, do you like that?
Just try to let that roll off my shoulders because I respect the Hall, and I'm not an athlete here to try to sit here and try to celebrate before it happens. I'd rather let that day happen when it happens.
Max Scherzer, what a career it's been.
It's about as decorated a resume as it comes for a pitcher in the modern era.
1 out of every 4 starts in his career, double digits in strikeouts.
Will most certainly find himself in Cooperstown once he decides to call it quits.
If that day's going to happen, it's because of the process of how I go about and do my business. I come in here and I'm focused on today. I'm not focused on the future here. Focusing on showing up every single day and competing to win. So, look, I get it. I respect it. I respect it so much that I kind of let it roll off my shoulders.
That's kind of cool. That's a cool thing.
People are going to love him. He's such an intense competitor.
He stalks around the mound like a lion in the Serengeti.
There's a reason why Mad Max Fury Road is always must-see TV.
You and I had this conversation before. You're so stoic on the mound. And I asked you, where do you land on pitchers that show emotion on the mound? And I loved your answer. What did you tell me?
Yeah, you can pitch with emotions, but don't be emotional.
Emotional, yeah, I love that. Where did that come from?
I think I heard Mike Maddox say it one time.
Okay.
I remember he said that. That really stuck with me. Like, a lot of things I've taken from him, over the couple of years I've had him as a pitching coach, and that was one of them. Because that just resonated with me. Like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, yeah, there are moments to be, like, you can't help it. We're humans. You're in a big spot. You're competing as hard as you can. I mean, you get a strikeout in a big situation, like you're winning a ball game. Like, that's fun. Like, it's okay to show some emotion. I think that's good. Just like with the hitters and the bat flips. I have no problem with a hitter, pimping a home run, and if it's a big spot. That's fun. That's part of the game. To show emotion. For a pitcher, if you're constantly, you're letting the emotions of the game dictate how you're pitching, well, that's a problem. You know, when you're actually in the gameplay, you got to be kind of, you know, very even keeled. You're in the flow of the game. You're managing the game. You're riding the situation. You know, you feel the adrenaline and you're using it, but you got to use it to your advantage. You can definitely create a negative. You can almost be too much of a good thing. So you know, I learned how to, you know, kind of contain that, how to use it, how to do it the right way, which kind of got to think about in those situations. And but at the end of the day, you are competing.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.